So Kafka's achievement Boom requires you to trigger 4 different dot effects with one use of Kafka's skill Caressing Moonlight in a single battle. So Caressing Moonlight is Kafka's skill, and other than dealing some AoE lightning damage, it also causes all dots that are currently on the enemy to immediately trigger. So essentially what we want to do is apply 4 dots to the enemy, namely Shock from Lightning, Windshear from Wind, Burn from Fire, and Bleed from Physical, and then proceed to trigger all 4 effects by casting Kafka's skill. If you own a Kafka, this is incredibly easy to achieve, simply by going inside the simulated universe and picking the nihility path, as the Resonance applies Burn, Shock, Bleed, and Windshear on all enemies, allowing you to very easily obtain this achievement. However, for those who don't own Kafka, things become a little bit trickier, as we need to instead use our characters to apply the dots. So for Shock, we're going to be using Kafka, that we borrow from the summoning system. Kafka has 2 ways to apply Shock, one from her ultimate and the other via her talent, which provides a follow-up attack whenever a party member uses a basic attack. For the Windshear, the only option is going to be Sampo, as he applies Windshear on his skill. For Burn, you've got 2 options. In Asta, who has an 80% chance to apply Burn on her basic attack, or Hook, who has a 100% chance to apply Burn on her skill. Now for Bleed, the most reliable applicator is going to be Luca, who's the new 4-star character. He's got a 100% chance to apply Bleed on his skill, but unfortunately if you don't have Luca, then you're going to have to rely on Sushang. The downside of using Sushang is that she doesn't have a reliable way to apply Bleed, and instead the only way we're going to be able to apply that Bleed is via Break. So for this video, I'm going to showcase a team of Kafka, Asta, Sampo and Sushang, as it's likely that if you're still watching at this point, you probably don't own a Kafka, and as such probably also don't own a Luca either. The reason why I opt to use Asta over Hook is that Asta applies a burn via her basic attack, which in turn triggers Kafka's follow-up attack to apply Shock, so we're able to apply 2 dots in one turn. And for the encounter that we're going to be using, I'm going to be doing this against the Echoes of War boss, Doomsday Beast. I opted to do this against the difficulty 4 version, as we want to make sure that he's tanky enough for us to get off our full rotation. The other reason why we need to do this against the Doomsday Beast is that his center target, the antimatter engine, has a weakness to physical, which allows our Sushang to have the opportunity to break to apply the bleed. I would recommend that at the start of the encounter, you try to get full energy on your Sushang just to make things a little bit easier. We're going to start off the encounter by focusing on the antimatter engine, applying Windshear by using Sampo's skill and Burn by Asta's basic attack. This in turn should trigger Kafka's follow-up to apply the Shock. We're then going to bring down the break gauge on the antimatter engine by using Sushang. Typically 2 skills and an ultimate should do it, and then with that a single Kafka skill should net you the achievement. Good luck.
Let me through. May as well kill them all.
More business, eh?